The Stephen King book that exists in the same universe as Lee Child's Jack Reacher explained Lee Child's Jack Reacher novels and one Stephen King story surprisingly unfold in the same universe, making it hard not to wonder why this connection exists. Rightfully known as the King of Horror, Stephen King has written over 60 books since 1974. He is not only one of the most prolific horror authors of all time, but also one of the most versatile, with his work branching into several other genres. Lee Child, in contrast, has been equally prolific but has primarily focused on the crime thriller genre with his Jack Reacher book series. While all Lee Child Jack Reacher books unfold in the same universe, with each walking through a new crime-solving adventure for the titular character, Stephen King has created several distinct worlds and standalone narratives through his books. Although some of King's books share subtle overlaps, and others even have proper follow-ups, the author has many individual stories under his belt. Interestingly, one of these seemingly individual Stephen King stories unfolds in the same universe as Lee Child's Jack Reacher. Stephen King's Under the Dome has a subtle Jack Reacher reference. Stephen King's Under the Dome has one of the most fascinating and unique settings in modern horror, explaining why it even has a TV adaptation. Strangely, the Stephen King sci-fi novel drops a direct reference to Lee Child's Jack Reacher, confirming that Reacher is a real character in its universe. The book features a brief excerpt that reveals how a character named Weddington was personally recommended by a man named Jack Reacher, the toughest G*******M Army cop that ever served. Here's the complete excerpt from the book. Although Jack Reacher is a unique name, one might have assumed it coincidentally popped up in the Stephen King novel. However, the fact that the description calls him the toughest army cop that ever existed proves that the Reacher in question is the one from Lee Child's book series. This connection between Under the Dome and the Jack Reacher novels is interesting because a Stephen King science fiction book is perhaps the last place one would expect to find a character like Jack Reacher. Under the Dome's Reacher reference is fun but makes little sense for context. Under the Dome unfolds in Chester's Mill, Maine, which suddenly gets sealed by an invisible dome that prevents the town's citizens from leaving and the ones on the outside from entering. Panic ensues when the people trapped inside find themselves wrenched from the rest of the world, facing scarcity of resources, rising tensions, and mindless struggles for power among the upper classes. While political corruption is also a common theme in the Jack Reacher novels, all of them are grounded in realism with absolutely no elements of the supernatural or science fiction. Jack Reacher's physical prowess can be a little over the top at times. However, the Lee Child novels never resort to fantastical plot devices. Owing to this, it makes no narrative sense that Under the Dome unfolds in the same universe as all Jack Reacher books. However, as Under the Dome's Jack Reacher reference suggests, even Stephen King only intended to place it in his book as a throwaway line. He never wanted anyone to take it too seriously and expected readers to only embrace it as a subtle nod to Lee Child's iconic character.